Hello everybody, welcome to Farming Sim 22. I'm Ambassador Sturm. I do have to apologize for the abrupt cut on the last video. I ended up getting a phone call from my dad and I had to go do some stuff, but we'll just basically put this in as a part 2, I guess. So, back to where we were, sitting here cultivating the field. And then, like I said in the previous video, we're still going to have to seed and then roll, as well as fertilize one more time. And then that should put our fields right at the 98% yield bonus, as well as the 100% fertilization. So that way it can just be left alone until it's ready to harvest. But if you guys enjoy the content and want to see more, drop a like, hit the subscribe button if you really want. I mean, I can't force you to do anything. I'm not going to make you if you don't want to. It would just be a little nice because this is technically my second video, if we're going to make this a part 2 to the first one. So, with me being completely new at this, like I said last time, I would also like recommendations on editing software so I can make these videos better for everyone to enjoy, as well as hopefully start getting some more content out and going. Like I said in the previous video, I would like to expand out of Farming Sim. I just figured I would start off first video, brand new account, everything with Farming Sim because, well, I was already in and playing, so yeah, we're just gonna finish cultivating the field real quick, get these other steps done, and then we'll jump into doing some more stuff. I do want to jump in the shop and other such, and actually there's another truck mod I put on because my, like the black Chevy I have is technically a mod, as well as some of the other ones. Like I have a grain truck looking old style kind of Ford sitting on the farm too. I am a bit partial to the Ford and Chevys myself. I'm not really the biggest Dodge guy. I mean, don't get me wrong, they've got some nice trucks, but my personal preference is I like the older stuff. Like my actual personal real life truck, one of them at least, because I have two, is a 1977 Ford F350 one-ton dually with a 4-speed standard, and I absolutely love it. I've had newer vehicles. I used to have a well, I guess we should probably start from the beginning. My first truck where I started was a 2001 Chevy Red Cab Long Box, half-ton, with a 5.3. And then I had that for a bit, and then the trans crapped out on me, so I ended up getting a, if I remember right, it was a 2004 3/4 ton GMC with a 6-liter. And by the end, I ended up actually trading that off at the one dealership here in town, and I got myself a 2013 Ford F-150. I mean, yes, I look back on that now, because hindsight is 20/20, and I really shouldn't have got rid of that truck. But stuff happens, you do stuff that you regret later. We all do it. But 2013 started giving me issues, so I went and traded that for I ended up jumping into a 2019 Chevy half-ton with a 5.3, and I enjoyed that one pretty good. It was a nice truck. I put a reverse leveling kit in and such like that, put it down a tiny bit, which a lot of people would say is a little weird because I am from Alberta, Canada, and usually up here you don't see too many lowered trucks because our roads especially in the winter, are not the greatest. So, but what ended up happening to the 2019 was I got into an accident on New Year's Eve the one year, and due to a technicality, they put me at fault, so my insurance jumped up a ridiculous amount, and I couldn't actually afford it with the job I had at the time, with the payment and the insurance, as well as paying rent and everything else. So I basically had to let them just come take the truck and repo it, everything else, and then that's when I got my 1977. Was after the 2019. I've put about, well, let's just say I've put enough money into it. I've put a bit more into that truck than I have any other truck I've owned, but when you enjoy it so much and you love it, you do what you do, right? Like, it didn't even move when I bought it, so I had to get it moving, do all that. But yeah, no, when it comes to trucks, I am definitely partial a bit more to the Fords nowadays. I used to be one of those guys that was like, oh, Ford sucks and everything else, and then I jumped into one, and well, now I have a 46-year-old one-ton dually that I wouldn't trade or sell for anything. And yeah, well, it's a little bit about me, at least the vehicle history part and why I'm so partial to Chevys and Fords. But let's get back to farming sim here, and we'll actually get this field planted and then rolled and fertilized, and then we should be good to go. And then we'll probably run down and go pick up a new truck, because the new mod I put on is a semi truck, so do that here after the field, and then I think after that we might call her. I'm not too sure. We'll have to see how it goes. Also, for anyone curious, this is actually we got a 9570T for the track, but this is actually a large tractor classification. I know it looks a little small, but it is actually classified as a large tractor. And when it comes to my planter, my seeder, my roller, cultivator, and all such like that, all my equipment is basically the biggest equipment you can buy in the base game. I've got a few mods for trucks, but I don't actually have any mods for implements. So all the implements I have, oh, maybe, sorry, I might be wrong on that. I think my my one spreader that I use for lime, I think that one's a mod, but I'm pretty sure that is the only modded implement I actually have. Other than that, it's all base game, including the 9570 tractor. This is also just a base game tractor. It's just a large tractor category, but I personally went with the 9570T because I'm not the biggest fan of what people call wiggle wagons. They're the tractors that actually split in the middle, right? The articulating tractors. I'm not a huge fan of articulating equipment, so that's why I went with this one, is because it's just a static frame. It doesn't actually articulate in any way, which is kind of nice. Makes it a bit easier when you're trying to keep a straight line in the field. And as well, yes, I know I'm not doing this completely realistic, even with it being a sim. This is also because I know at the end of the day, it is still just a game. So I like to keep a little bit of the game aspect to it, right? Like, so I'm not horribly worried about like lifting my equipment when I go to turn. I'll just go out a little bit wider and turn and come back in. And yeah, other than that, I think I've pretty much covered everything for the most part in the first video. Like I said in the first video, if you guys have recommendations for editing software and other software that's good for streaming and making videos, drop it in the comments, let me know, because that would be very, very much appreciated. And if you actually make it to the end of the video, either of them, I am very thankful and very appreciative of you actually staying and taking the time to prepare a field and build a truck with me and such. And I hope we can do it more, because I actually am enjoying this and enjoying the recordings. So yes, I would like to keep going and keep doing more. It's just a matter of if everyone will actually come with me on the journey. But for now, let's fold this guy back up. We'll grab a roller and get that done real quick. And then fertilize, and then we'll go make ourselves a truck. As well as I do want to apologize again for some of the sensitivity and the steering and such. Trying to do this on just a keyboard and mouse isn't quite the easiest for me, especially since I used to have a wheel. I even went on to American Truck Sim, I do believe that was yesterday or the day before, because I was like, well, I'll hook my button box back up and everything. I had a full little rig and everything set up. I had the wheel, I had a shifter, button box. I even had my tablet as an extra dashboard so I could see gauges. Like, I went all out when it came to the American Truck Sim. And then, like I previously stated, I do believe in the last video, I went to go on and my wheel had crapped the bed, so I can't actually use it. And since I can't use my wheel, I can't hook the pedals up or the shifter, because the shifter won't work without the pedals and the pedals won't work without the shifter, which is a bit weird, especially considering some sims it doesn't really care. But yeah, when I got the new pedal set that had a clutch, because the very original wheel I had didn't actually have a clutch. It was just the wheel with a basic 2-pedal set, and it worked really great for a while. I actually gave that to one of my buddies for his birthday. But yeah, I did that when I got my new wheelbase. I got a Thrustmaster T300 wheelbase, like just the base itself, because I have a SCI wheel from a Semi, and that's what I was actually using as a wheel. And then I gave him my old one, and then my new one crapped the bed. So I haven't really got to play Farming Sim in a while, or American Truck Sim. But I figured I'd jump on, even with just keyboard mouse, see how it is. It is definitely different. I am not used to it, but there ain't much I can do about it, unfortunately, until I get a new wheel. So, if you're bearing with me through all the touchiness and the driving and the bouncing off of stuff every now and again because my steering doesn't want to completely go, I am very thankful for sticking around, for you sticking around through it, because I'm trying to work through this myself as well and get used to it again. So, last pass of the roller, and then we'll hook up the fertilizer again real quick, give her one last spray, and then this field should be done and ready to go, and I can just leave it and let it sit till harvest, and then just go through and harvest them all. Bit here. get me wrong, I don't mind sitting way up in the clouds watching when I'm doing fields, but if I'm just running around, no implement or anything on, I prefer to be a little bit closer at least. But either way, let's run down. I'll start from that corner, the far corner this time, with the fertilizer. It doesn't really matter where you start and where you end when it comes to anything. It's pretty much just as long as you get the whole field, right? But this way at least I can do this first line and I don't have to worry about the field off to the right there. Sure we're not... Okay, we're not too far over. That's good. Turn it on, go back this way a tiny bit. That'll give me the little bit of overhang I want to make sure I actually get the edge of the field. Because I have definitely had times I'll try and get right by the edge and I'll miss a line down the entire side of the field. So that's one reason I like to overlap, like I've said previously, is so I can make sure I get it all. Because if not, it's just a pain in the butt to have to circle around a field again and then do all the spots you missed, if you missed any spots, which isn't so bad on a little bit smaller field like this, but once you get to the bigger fields, like the big fields, caught on the tree here, hang on, let's get out, there we go. Like little fields like this aren't bad, but once you get to the big fields, or if you take like a few small fields and make them one big field, it is a pain in the butt when you have to go all the way back across the field just to get a spot you missed. I mean, I know a lot of people that would just be like, oh well, it depends on how big of a spot you missed. They would just be like, oh well, I'm not worried about it. The way I look at it, if I just overlap a little bit and I just get it all the first time, I don't gotta worry about going back. But at the same point, that makes my passes a tiny bit smaller, which means it takes me a little bit longer to actually get the field done. But I don't mind spending the extra few minutes finishing up a field, so. If we do, like for this pass, we'll go a little bit farther over. And, yep, just like that, that's what I was talking about. How I missed that little strip there. I wasn't intentionally trying to miss the strip, but that worked out really good to prove what I was saying. So we'll finish this strip here, come up, we'll do the top, and then we'll quickly run back over that guy and get that little strip fertilized, and we should be all done and good to go. Shut that off real quick so we can get a little bit more speed out of it. Turn around right before we get there. Now, I think I said this in the last video, I'm not too sure. But when it comes to like over fertilizing and everything, Farming Sim 22 won't actually let you. it'll basically, like with the liquid fertilizer, it'll keep going until I stop it. But with solid fertilizer, lime, seeds, such like that, you can't actually overdo it, because if it's already on the part of that land and you go over it again, it won't distribute the product or anything into the ground. So it'll only empty for the new spots that you find, like empty spots you missed and other such. But with that, this field should be done. Let that fold. We'll run and check real quick. Here we go. 98% bonus, 100% fertilized. Now we can just leave this. Leave all 5 of them until July next year. And then we can just go through and harvest all of them all at once. Don't have to worry about doing it in sections. But with that being said and the field being done, let's go take the spreader back. Yes, I know, I just left it in the yard. Middle of the yard, I'm not overly worried about it. But we're gonna hop in this bad boy again. And as well as a truck, I would like... Where did it go? I went way past it, didn't I? Yep. Let's go with the Load King, because why not? We'll do full tail in the back, black rims. It's already got my plate, so that's good. Give that guy a bye. As well as I would like to... I think they're in here. Oh, maybe not. I might not have it on this one. That might be just the PlayStation. But we'll check in here really quick. Boxes for the Chevy and the Ford. Plus the new big rig. Little hint there, the TLX Phoenix. Is the truck I went with, and I do not have the other trailers. There's one of the trailer mods I have are 20-foot flat decks for the pickups, and it's also why I have a little gooseneck ball in the back of the truck there. But if that is the case, we've got the trailer ready, so we're gonna go into trucks. This is the other one I have, the grain truck that I have is the F-Series. As well as... yeah. And then we're gonna go with the cat, because I'm a cat guy. Like this way. Okay, I don't need that far out. I should have just... let's go with the extension one, normal sleeper. Go with the big cat. Puts me up at 1500 horsepower. So I have lots of power. I'm not worried about power. Most times it's actually almost too much power. Do heavy duty. The black belt like I usually always do for this truck. There's one thing I'm a bit big on is the contrast. So I'll usually do, well, you saw with the Chevy, I did the black with the light blue, right? I'll probably end up doing the same for this guy. Full fenders. And go blue underglow. Unless there is a light blue. Nope, just the blue. That's okay. Actually, let's go with bumper and the bull bar. Job visor. Bow tie. Oh, they added painted. No, they must have done that in the time I haven't been playing. No, it wasn't there before. At least not that I remember. Yeah, I'm not overly concerned about the back. We'll do the double. There we go. Sorry about that. My screen's blacking out again. Okay, let's see if I can find where these guys go on. Oh, maybe not. That's okay. Do angled 45. And now we get the color. So we're gonna do, where is it? We'll do the gloss. Black vinyls. Blue frame. Black rims. And there we go. There's our TLX Phoenix. According to what I would like, at least, right? Like, this is my personal preference kind of thing. Before we get too far, let's see if we got, there we go. That's better. And there's definitely one thing noticeable between Farming Sim and American Truck Sim, especially with my trucks, is I really like the teal blue. So even my truck in American Truck Sim, most of them are the teal blue. But let's go jump over and I guess dude trying to get through. I guess that's not working for him. There we go. Tractor trailer. moving equipment or anything. I don't have to worry about renting trailers. But the only thing I should add is probably another trailer. I should get a, instead of a flat deck, I need a bin. Or at least one that I can haul sunflowers and canola in. Okay, I guess we are running around with, there we go. We're running around with our Jake brake on. We don't need it. Shut this guy down. Truck and trailers home. Now we don't gotta worry about it. Let's take a quick look at our stock supplies here. Fertilizer. Let's give that a quick refill. As well as lime. And this guy, I do believe, if I remember right, is seeds. Yes. Alright. We are all stocked back up and good to go. I think that's actually where I'm probably going to call her for this one. I want to thank everyone for joining me again. And if you made it to the end of the video, hit that like button. That way I know you made it to the end of the video. As was said last time, I am looking for recommendations on editing software, anything else good for streaming or videos. So drop a comment, let me know, as well as if you guys have any advice for someone who's brand new to YouTube and brand new to making videos, drop that down there too. I will absolutely go through and read as much as I can of it and start doing some looking, because I would like to improve these videos for you guys, because these two videos are probably going up completely unedited. Like, they'll be going up as I record them, and it's just upload to YouTube. I've already got my account good to go, so it's just a matter of uploading a video. But with that being said, thank everyone for joining me. This has been Ambassador Sterum, signing off.